USA versus New Zealand. Let's look at New Zealand.
And this will be New Zealand's first time on the stream as well as the U.S.
Yes.
So I think it's called a haka, right? The ceremony that the New Zealand team did.
Ooh, I love that. That is so sexy.
I hope they do it again because I saw
Well,
them do it
haka
earlier.
me.
It was
kidding.
wonderful. It's so much energy in it. It's awesome.
I love that. Yes. All right. So let me get to. Where is New Zealand? Are they on here?
Oh,
There
yes,
they are.
there we are.
There they are. So they have 9 players.
9 players. Third
And-
fewest.
Who
Okay.
are not playing. Bye-bye. All right. So are the women still playing? So that other court is still, what's the score on that?
Oh, I think they're saying.
Oh, so Malaysia has come back and is beating Australia 5-3.
Really?
So they needed that. They needed to
After a
make
tough
some-
loss, beating
yeah.
another big team
Hey.
is important.
Yes.
You're trying to build up your confidence and really push yourself day one.
Yes.
So day 2 you can, figure things out. Luke Haas, the coach of the USA team, has always told me every level of play
Wait,
you go
Lucas
up
is the coach?
for the
I'm
men's.
just kidding. I love Lucas. He's great. He's great. He's one of the nicest guys
He
on the
really
planet.
is.
He really is. He's a good guy.
But he's told me every time you go up a level of play, you go from your local rec leagues to your local tournaments to national tournaments to a place like this, you have to cut something out of your game. And so players today are going to figure out what they need to cut out of the game, what's not working, and trim it down to just the things that they're doing well.
Yeah, and I think that this is, at this stage, it really does become about the team. It can't be about the particular player because every single player here is amazing.
Absolutely.
And so, I think that the teams that actually work together, that have found a rhythm, that have found what their hi Sam. Sam, top 5. I love you. When you look at the team, you got to figure out how can I best be a part of this group, and if you can find out what your best attributes are and be able to work, and not get upset with each other and just take what you have and work together as a team, those are the teams that are going to stay at the top.
Yeah, and every player's got to give what they're supposed to give, and if the players that try to do too much are the ones that might hold the team back. Everyone knows what they can do and can't do, especially at this level.
Put me in, coach. Literally you cannot come here and be a hero. The hero is the team as a whole.
Yeah.
And you're also representing your country, so there's a lot of pride and there's a lot of work that's gone into getting to this particular place.
Yeah. The only time you can be a hero is when you're the last one in.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you make a play.
Yeah.
If you make the play, then you are the hero. If not, sorry. So how long have you been playing?
I've been playing just about 4 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm still on the newer end of the competitive players, but I'm getting there.
There's
little
nothing,
by little.
The competition it is infectious.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you've played sports at all, in high school, college, whatever, this has all of those elements. You can stay active, you can improve your game, by watching these guys. I love to see there's so many new players and everybody, has continued to play and their game has gotten better. Especially for me, it's because I play women's for the most part. I've seen so many more women join this league and play, not this league, but join dodgeball as a whole, and it's pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
Pretty awesome.
And I think one of the big things too is I've played softball leagues as an adult, but dodgeball leagues, softball leagues you play with your team and you go out after with your team.
Yeah.
Whereas dodgeball, I've always gone out with everyone that's played.
Yes.
Right? You mix around and you talk to everybody and you go to these tournaments locally and you're talking to everyone. There's no insular teams. Everyone's talking.
I have met some of the most, amazing people. And, what I do love too about this community is, when things happened, There was a gentleman who just passed. His name is Patrick. Do you remember his last name?
Off the top of my head, no.
Well, I mean, I didn't know the guy personally, but I mean, I saw an entire community, come and really gather around his family and the friends, and everybody pay tribute to, not only this man as a player, but as a human being. And and I mean, that's what I love about this community is like when somebody falls, everybody's there to pick them up, And
Patrick Cushing.
Patrick Cushing. I didn't want to be say the wrong name, and it's unfortunate, but the way we come together in support of each other, especially when things happen, a tragedy happens, somebody gets hurt, it's just, it makes me want to stay more involved and active, And I love throwing balls at people. It's amazing. It's amazing.
But yeah, as you were saying, like we call it Dodgeball family, and there's a reason for that. This feels like a big extended family, and we're always having family reunions.
No,
Tell me you don't want to throw balls at a family reunion.
I want to throw balls all the time. Are you kidding me? I don't need a family reunion. I just need a ball.
Just walking down the streets, finding people.
I mean, that's why my son is still alive. I'm just kidding. My son plays dodgeball. My son started playing dodgeball. We started youth.
Son's
youth
very
dodgeball.
good at dodgeball.
Yeah, we started. Shout out to Xander Simos.
Just the UDC champion.
Clean your room. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, yeah, he's an amazing kid, amazing player. He got all of his skills. He took all of the skills from me. Just kidding. No, he's great. He's a great kid and a great player. And it's kids like him that are really helping get the sport. You've got Alan and Tony, that whole team. Daniel from Tuda.
Oh yeah.
Who, just
3 of them are playing on the Team Mexico.
Yeah, Team Mexico. Danny and Tony and who else is? I think it's just Danny and Tony that are from Tuda that are playing on the team. They're great.
I thought there was 3. Maybe I'm very wrong though.
It's my son's team. I know these guys. But then I'll be wrong, and it'll be like,
Anthony.
Yeah, Tony. Anthony.
Daniel.
Yeah.
And
that's it.
I thought there was 3.
Hey, they just said we're going to break. See, there's my kid right there throwing the ball.
I swear they've changed this.
Just gave him a thumbs down. Shag better, kid. Shag better.
Is he shagging?
He better be shagging. Yes. Yes, he's really doing his job. So, all right.
He actually got some shout-outs on some of the videos I watched. It's like, look at that Xander shag. Like, we're a weird bunch of dodgeballers.
We are lovely. All right. So, great. How's my hair? Hey, you're great. That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, it was. He's been going.
Welcome back to the WDBA World Championship here in Los Angeles, California. You're joining us with the USA men's team versus the New Zealand men's team. Off to an aggressive start here, as USA seems to be controlling the court with ball possession and majority players. Aggressive play by USA men's. They are pushing the line, making it difficult for New Zealand to have much of an offense coming back.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Thought we had a couple more minutes than we did.
Yeah, off to a quick start. I think games are running a little bit behind, so they're Jake's trying to run a tight ship here.
Got it. And Jake does. Jake is the president of USA Dodgeball.
He is. God bless his soul.
He's doing an amazing job.
It's not a small feat to pull off a tournament like this.
Yeah, not at all. This is, ooh. Okay, gets Mike.
Looks like men's USA team has possession.
Going up big, nice moves. You'll notice the first shot they did was earlier than the second shot. They wanted to force that dodge and let that second shot go to where he's going. You can't dodge after you've already jumped once.
That's true.
Okay, let's see what the men's team does here.
USA men's team just played on another court, and they're coming in here kind of hot. They had a bit of a run on the last game, so I think they're feeling pretty good right now. They're feeling pretty confident.
Awesome. They win the last one?
They did. They were playing against Hong Kong, and they kind of got a groove going over there. So I think they're coming in here ready to go.
Awesome. I heard earlier that they were playing a little bit more like solo games, and already they're looking like a team, like really putting everything together from the looks of it. Even just like this few minutes. Ooh, underhand shot there from the New Zealand player.
You don't see that very often in the men's game. I like to see it more, though.
Ooh.
It's a surprise shot.
Nice counter on Ketchum.
Looks like it's 3-on-3.
And this is where the game starts slowing down. Once there's a ball for every player just gets to survive that little bit extra, that extra blocking ball. So teams are looking to have 4 on offense and 3 on defense here.
Definitely, definitely. Looks like there's a timeout on the court.
Coach
Perhaps
Lou
they're
out there.
wiping up some sweat off the ground. That's something that can happen a lot. You don't want any slickness on the court. That can be very dangerous for a player.
That's always the worst when you first find that wet spot, whether it be whatever it comes from.
Yeah, you can have like a banana peel type moment if you're not too careful.
That is definitely the best way to put it. Especially when you're going to dodge and it's just like, oh, here I go now. If you hear the chanting, that's Mark Acon.
Seems to be settling some dispute over on the New Zealand side of the court.
Uh-oh. Oh, maybe he's cramped up?
That's a high potential here. They're playing so many games and for so long. It's really easy to get dehydrated and forget to eat with all the adrenaline running.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's important that these athletes take care of themselves.
Big cross court. Vince getting under that. Vince Marchbank's number 2, right?
I think he's number 1. I think he went for that number 1 on his jersey.
He is number 1. Him and Nate Kreider, the other corner. Those two play together on a team called Doom. So they're comfortable playing with each other, know their play styles, and that's going to be a
they've
comfort
played together
for
for years.
82 in the middle is Cody Foley. Not going to leave him out. Got to give everyone the shout outs. Okay, 3 against 2. Vince getting under that. And Nate makes his mark. Okay, 3 against 1. Good pressure by Nate coming from that. Protecting his blocking players there.
Yeah, I think Nate's feeling pretty good right now. He got a couple big catches in the last game, so he might be playing with a little bit of confidence, which is a good thing, but you got to be careful not to have a little too much confidence in some of these situations.
That's definitely the worst. You get really confident, you're like, I got this, and then you throw that catch, and you're like, I didn't have this.
I did not have this.
It's a good moment of clarity.
Yeah.
Best had when you're up quite a bit.
Yes.
Okay, United States takes the game.
Sounds like there's a cowbell going on in the stadium right now.
Or cow loose. It's one of the two. I'm hoping for the latter.
There's some very amped up fans here today. I just had the opportunity to walk among some of them. Australia, Canada, US, everyone brought like buses load, it seems like.
Whenever I see the Australian teams play, like whether the men are playing or the women are playing, the other one's sitting, they're all there watching that match and cheering them on. Those matches get loud, and it's awesome.
Yes, and the Australian teams are notorious for, they could be few in number, but they are loud in force.
There must
they are
be
not
at least
shy.
20 of them on each team. They are so loud. Okay, is that Eric Stone on that other corner there?
Looks like it.
Okay, Eric played last year, was last year's captain of the team. So taking that corner, playing up against him at Elite Nationals this year, he is an amazing corner. Just his pump fakes are so quick and really keep you on your toes. He's great at just making that opposing corner stare at you.
Yeah.
So
it's a very smart and calculated player.
Yeah. And Mike McGee, the young gun, on the other
young
corner.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. There's quite a couple of young guns on Team USA this year. Mike McGee is, I think, around 18 years old. He's got a lot of energy. Still has all the cartilage in his knees. That's not something everyone can say.
I'm working on getting rid of my cartilage slowly but surely.
Eli Hashimoto is 16, also rostered on Team USA.
He's 16?
He's 16, maybe 17 now, but yes, he's in high school.
Oh my God.
So there's a big age range on Team USA.
That's absolutely crazy.
It makes you excited for what's still to come. A lot of the teams have some very young players. Someone was saying that Hong Kong has 18, 19-year-olds. I mean, I don't see like this competition disappearing anytime soon.
Yeah, I got to talk to some of the Hong Kong players at the bar last night, and they were saying like their team definitely got younger, and you know, that's a great thing to have because that gives you that longevity, right?
Yeah, they're still full of hope and optimism. I mean, it's good to have some of that energy on the court.
And they were showing it today. They did an amazing job against Argentina, so the Hong Kong team's looking good.
Still got those youthful glows.
Vince, the seasoned veteran, Mike McGee, the newer player, Vince, you know, tell him to come back. No, you're going to talk right now. Oh, Cody staying around just a little bit too long, trying to go for that catch.
Looks like Hutton from Team New Zealand is holding down the left corner.
Okay, double team from the middle. Corner's going to keep him safe. I'm really impressed by Mike McGee right now. He's standing like 10 feet up, and on the other side is Eric Stone, pushing up all the way to the line, keeping that pressure, not giving them distance for free, buying their middles, that extra space just to stay safe behind. Vince Marchbanks, if you couldn't hear, said, "What are you doing, kid?" to Mike. He'll settle, he'll settle. It's day one, right? Everyone makes it to bracket.
A lot of adrenaline running.
You know, I think USA is 3-0 so far, so, you know, it takes a loss to really, like, make you, like, give you that moment of clarity and be like, okay, what are we doing? Let's focus it.
And there's the young gun right there, showing his strength and all of his cartilage still.
I'm very jealous of that cartilage. And they make the shot. Okay, last player for New Zealand. Vince gets over it. All right. Ooh.
Agile for Team New Zealand.
Everyone's looking for those shots.
Shane Coffey.
Ooh.
Nice hit by Coffey.
So even though he got hit there, the ball was still in the air, he could make that throw, which is why he threw. He knew he was out, but until that ball hits the ground, you are still considered 100% alive, because even if it's all the way over there somewhere, you're alive. Okay. I say we're going to see a double team from the middle. Or 3 balls. From
or 4 balls. I think that was 4 balls. Quadruple.
Okay. A lot of power coming from this U.S. team.
Well, there's still a lot of dodgeball left tonight, and for some of these teams that weren't able to bring as many players as some of the others, I'm sure they're starting to feel a little winded, maybe needing a little water break sooner.
So I think Argentina has 7 players, which is crazy, right? Like 1 sub for 6 people.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of time in like cohesion building. Like I always know that guy's gonna be to my right. 9 out of 10 matches. So you build up that trust with that player. Whereas US, I think we've got, what,
12.
9 or 12? Yeah, 12 players.
Yeah.
So they're going to be mixing up who's next to them quite often.
Yep. New Zealand had a good hit right off the bat there, giving them a little bit of a player advantage, but it looks like it's back to 5-5.
I don't know what Payan and Ketchum are doing right now, but let's concentrate on the front of the court. Nate and Eric now with that right corner. Ooh, Isidro. Isidro also played on last year's team, and he has a wicked curve. He came up to Seattle and played with us in our open gym while Lucas was training for the 40-man, and his ball whips and curves like nothing I've seen. It is absolutely incredible how much control he has over that ball.
And he's also a phenomenal catcher. It's nothing you do not want to forget about. Catches win games. For those at home that don't know, a catch means not only did the thrower that you caught goes out, one of your own players come back in. So that's why we always say catches win games, because it can be more effective than the hardest throw in the world if you caught a player in and someone else goes out.
It's twice as efficient as the hardest throw. That's a 2-player swing right there.
You never want to underestimate a good catcher.
Oh, yeah. We did like some draft analysis and stuff, and like catchers are like so like prioritized in our drafts. So catchers come cheap too, and they win games. So if you're a captain doing a draft league, draft those catchers. They're well worth it.
Yep.
All right. Pine now on that corner. Eric Stone on the other. Catch him throwing. Keeping the attention, making sure they're awake. So even if your team isn't the one that has to throw and doesn't have the burden to throw, even if you make that throw, that count resets. So that team gets to come back together and say, now we got 4 balls. Let's see what play we can make with that. It's definitely a bit of a change from some of the other leagues, and it definitely punishes you quite a bit more.
I am glad to see New Zealand back this year. I know they hadn't played. They weren't at Toronto last year, is what I think I understood.
I don't think so. You're right about that.
So it's glad to see some of these countries coming back or joining for the first time. It's really encouraging to see the sport grow and expand and see more women's teams in different countries.
We've got 9 men's team and 7 women's teams. So
yeah. I'm hopeful for, as sport's going to grow, more young guns coming in.
Right now, the Australian women's team is like one of my favorite teams to watch. They are so good. It is so impressive.
They're coming up next after this game against the Canadian women's team, who is also full of some firepower on their side. I don't know what they're feeding them in Australia and Canada.
Canada beat the Malaysian women's team, so Canada's looking real good.
Yes.
And Australia's looking real good. I look forward to that match. Okay, New Zealand's got the lead right now, I think for the first time in this series. Let's see what they can do with it. Ooh, Stone just getting out of the way. Okay, I think the burden's still on New Zealand. So there's only 6 balls on the court. So when both teams have 3, the team who has more players is the one that has to throw. But if both teams have an even number of players, it's the team that threw last does not have to throw. So that way it keeps going back and forth. Okay, good dodge by New Zealand there. This is really when the game starts slowing down, when just about everyone has a blocking ball. And big shot.
2-on-3, New Zealand's favor.
All right, let's see what they can do.
They got a couple big players they got to get out here.
Ooh, okay. Tries to go for that toe shot, came up a little bit short. Still a ball for each player on the corner, though. They can stay safe with that blocker. Big shot by Andrew Ketchum.
2-on-2. And he's going for another. And he got one.
He gets him.
Winding up again.
Ketchum is very good at throwing.
He's okay.
Yeah. He's getting there.
Maybe next year.
Ooh, big block. Oh, and that gets him.
Hit by Stone.
Good job there, pulling that blocking ball up so Eric can come in and nail that shot.
Yeah, it's good distraction there. It's a very good tactic to have one player throw and then a moment later have like a pause throw.
Yeah.
The defender is usually trying to dodge the first throw and then it kind of opens them up to get hit by the second ball.
Yeah, right. You can't jump twice. You jump in the air. You're going to stay there for that second, and that's a great time to blast someone.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly as you put it. United States up 3-0.
So a lot of players in that situation would try to go for a catch and out. So what that would mean is that you would try to aim for that first catch, knowing that you might get hit with the second one, but the catch still counts. So one of your own players would come back in, the thrower would go out, so it'd be a 1v1 then.
Those clutch moments, those catch and outs.
Yes,
those
very
are always
exciting. Makes
big.
for exciting dodgeball.
Especially when you're the last one in. Ooh, okay. The double solo on 2 different targets. They get both of them, and they keep 2 balls. So really nice efficiency there by the U.S. team.
Looks like Glenn Spacer is in for Team USA.
Okay. And they took out Andrew Ketchum. Oh, yeah, let's go Glenn. I'm excited to see Glenn play. I haven't seen him yet today.
I mean, I know we're not supposed to have favorites as commentators, but I mean, is it okay that he's mine if he's my boyfriend?
100%. No, Glenn is an amazing player. I watched one of the slow-mo Instagram videos of his throw, and just the absolute curve he has on it is so crazy. It's like a slider right into like a toe shot. It's beautiful. Ooh, and Vince goes out on a cross court. But I think that's Derek, right? No, that's 10. That's Cody's.
It's like Glenn Spacer, Isidro Perez, and Cody still left in.
Nice shot by Glenn. All right, 2 left for New Zealand. Okay, just off target. Cody putting that pressure. Let's see what the U.S. team does here. Okay, nice block by Morris. Cody's doing a good job putting that pressure, keeping him on the back line, not giving him really anything for free.
3v2, looking for that shot.
For those that are just joining us, welcome to the World Dodgeball Championships 2018. This is day 1 of 4.
And a catch by Isidro Perez from Team USA, bringing in Andrew Ketchum.
Every time I talk about the event, someone makes a catch. It's always that perfect time. You hit that lull, you try to, shout out the event.
Like, oh, we want something exciting to happen. Nice
big catch by Glenn.
Glenn Spacer.
You know,
he's okay.
No, he's doing excellent. He was
team's looking strong, I gotta say. USA team's looking strong.
Glenn was just picked up from the reserve squad, right?
He was. So that is an interesting story about Team USA. They did the selection committee a little bit different this year, and they had 9 rostered and then 6 as alternates that they were told they potentially could get activated depending on what the squad was looking like closer to the tournament. And then about 2 weeks ago, maybe even a little less, 3 of the players off the reserve squad got activated. So that was Glenn Spacier, Cody Stidham, and Elijah Hashimoto. So they are all here today. And they've
Big catch by Cody.
Good catch by Cody Fowley.
Makes it look easy.
Yep. So I'm sure all 3 of these guys are really excited to have the opportunity to play here on the world stage.
Oh, absolutely.
And be a part of this experience.
Ooh, the underhand. I love that pump fake and then just running back into the huddle. Ooh, Vince Dane's safe. Nice cross court by Cody, taking out the caddy corner.
Looks like 3 left for Team New Zealand. They're coming up with a strategy here. The U.S. men's team has done a really good job at pushing the line, making sure that Team New Zealand is playing far back, putting them on their heels, really in a defensive mode. So they are pushing the line, playing a very offensive game with a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah, and the more those corners push up, the easier you're making those lives of your middle players. That's 100% your job, is make those middle players' lives easier. You're not there to 100% get those outs. You're there to protect those people that are undefended.
Yeah, so I think New Zealand maybe would, to shake things up a bit, got to make sure that got to try to push USA back a little bit. I don't know,
Yeah.
USA is looking pretty confident right now, but
You know what? We've seen a lot of teams like force those early counters where you go up and you pump fake a lot into like the 2 or 1 second, and that team throws and you get the reset count, you get that extra ball, and you just get to make a more efficient play with that. Whether it be you keep that ball for defense and you put it back to 3-3, or you take a double team, whatever you feel is necessary. Right there, the United States team showing exactly that. It's keeping that pressure and getting that ball control. Number 7, Derek Johnson. Sorry, that left my mind for a second. Derek Johnson is an incredible catcher.
He is notoriously a well-known catcher.
It is absolutely insane to watch him play.
Yeah.
I don't get how he does it. I need to watch all of his video.
He's like the Incredible Hulk too. He's just about to rip out of that jersey there.
He makes me want to go to the gym more than I do, which would be like once a month.
Something else all the players have to be cognizant of are the lines. So for those who are watching at home, the lines are hard outs. So what that means is if they step on the white line, if they go over to the blue area, they are out, whether a ball hit them or not. It's essentially lava. So something that the players really need to be mindful of. That's not the way you want to go out on the world stage. You want to go out fighting, not being careful of that line and not stepping out.
Yeah. And it's weird. I haven't seen a lot of people step out on the back line, which, is a lot of what happens.
And a catch by New Zealand.
Ooh. Okay, catching Vince Marchbanks there. That brings them back up to 5 players. Again, they're getting this is, I think, the second time they've had the man advantage. Let's see what they can do here with that.
That catch was by Nick Farber, number 26, who is the captain of Team New Zealand.
The C for captain or the C for catcher? Either way, it's correct. There's something so intimidating. Once again, right there, the forcing that extra ball. But there's something so intimidating about the way the U.S. comes out of their huddle, where all of them are like this giant wave crashing the line, and you just don't know where to look. Big shot by Cody. Ooh, gets Derek on the dodge.
Derek out, so 3 left for Team USA.
There we go, Cody nails him in the back.
Looks like the refs coming together on that call, making sure. Amazing refs on court 1, making sure that everything is fair, and even you want to make sure all the calls are very equal here on the world stage.
Absolutely. And these refs are all absolutely top tier. A lot of them are top tier players themselves, so a lot of respect toward these refs. They are absolutely amazing.
So it looks like they called the Team New Zealand player Hutton safe. Okay. So they still got 1 left.
Ooh,
and he hits Cody Fowley out. And it looks like Kyan gets him in the corner there.
All right. Is that the end of the half?
Looks like they're switching sides for the second half of the game.
Okay. Oh, was that last throw about the same time as the
Clock.
timer?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were counting.
Yeah, so for those at home, when the timer hits 0, the game doesn't end. We start the game over with 3 balls in the middle again, or 3 balls to each side, and it becomes no block. Every player that was in stays in, every player that's out stays out, it just becomes no block, and that's how you end the game.
Which no blocking for some teams is maybe their bread and butter. The teams that are more catchers, that could be a huge advantage for them. And it's very hard as a player. You're almost conditioned to block. To change the mindset from going from blocking to no blocking can really throw you off. And you can see some of the greatest players make that simple mistake, and that could cost a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I have definitely made that mistake more times than I can count.
Oh, definitely. When you're even the one that's like, okay, guys, no blocking in the very next throw.
It's always that.
You block.
And then the second it hits your ball, there's that moment of like realization, like, oh,
yeah,
now I remember.
I just got myself out.
My favorite thing to do in no block though is like make it look like I'm about to block and ready to block, and the player will typically just throw it at the ball and make me, try to block. And so I'll put it right where I want to catch, and then just get rid of it. And then here we go. You put it right where I wanted it.
A bait and catch.
Now you all know my secret. Go out and destroy in no block. Ooh, big shoulder shot.
And another hit.
This USA team is hitting their targets. Okay, I think Andrew Ketchum stepped on the line there, and that's why he went out. Okay. So 5 against 3. This is the time when New Zealand can really grind it out. Every player can have a blocking ball. It's going to be hard to... Is that a catch? That was a hell of a catch. Oh, my God.
By Derek?
No, by number 3 on New Zealand. Is there a number 3? Am I making up players?
23?
26. Number 26 on New Zealand. Don't know how I saw a 3 there. So, once again, C for catcher. Nice shot there by Pyan and Isidro. Tapping those toes.
Looks like New Zealand has majority players here and ball possession. This is their opportunity. This is their chance to make a little comeback here.
Yeah, get on the board.
So for those of you at home, points do matter during the round robin because if, say, 2 teams have the same amount of wins and losses, it goes down to a point differential.
Yeah.
So it could be that one game that a team could get in a set series like this could make the difference from where they are ranked come Friday.
There was a player earlier today, it was a one-on-one, and he tried to end it where like he threw one ball up in the air and threw the second one, and the one that he just lobbed up in the air got caught. And they were up like 6-0 at that point, but that's 6-1. If they go to a tiebreaker, he's going to be thinking about that one play.
Yep.
It's like, oh, that one moment.
That one moment.
It's nice though. This year, everyone makes day 3.
Yeah.
Whereas last year, only the top 4 made it. So this year, people have time to experiment and figure out what works. And a little bobble there by Isidro, but right. So you get to play a little bit more comfortably and see what works and what doesn't, and get to adjust your game. All right, 5 balls for New Zealand.
Yeah, there's still a whole lot more dodgeball left. A full day of round robin tomorrow.
Nice block.
Tournament play on Friday and Saturday. So these players got to make sure that they're resting tonight.
Ooh. Isidro taking that shot.
2-on-2.
He gets Pyan.
2-on-1.
All right, New Zealand has the opportunity now to get on the board. Let's see if they can do it. Don't count on Isidro, though. There's a reason that he made this team. He has a crazy throw and an insane ability to catch, as you were saying before. that I forgot, and that would show because I'd throw a catch to him because I'd forget about how amazing his throw is. And
it's like it's a 1v1. I love 1v1s. They're the most exciting part of dodgeball.
And he does it!
And he's very excited, as you can see.
Those are some long shots that he's taking, and he's just nailing them.
Yep. Pure force.
When are we going to see him catch? He's doing too good with the throwing. We need to see him catch. Show us your stuff, Isidro. Show us the stuff.
Kind of seems like that's USA's strategy. They're not, as a whole, look like they're going for a lot of catches. They're going for the hits. They're going. They know that they have a lot of firepower on their side, and they're taking advantage of that.
Yeah, and I got to give them credit. This ball is like very hard to catch, right? It just moves so much, and it goes so fast. Yeah, it doesn't really stick to you. It bounces off very quickly. So going for that power and having a great arm, and knowing to dodge big is so important.
Yeah.
Ooh. He took a moment getting off the court from that hit. That was nuts. Okay, Glenn's back on the court. Your favorite player? Okay, New Zealand throwing 3 there. A lot of counters going back and forth both ways, but I don't think anything connected, did it? Maybe they got 1 on New Zealand. There's a lot of curve to these balls. It's hard to see on screen, but there's a lot of curve.
And when that happens, so when the ball has a curve for players at home, it makes it that much harder to catch or know where it's even going to dodge.
Oh, yeah. All right, New Zealand is down. Looks like 5-2. Let's see if they can whittle their way back in here. It's, ooh, big counter. USA right now is just looking to trade 1v1. That's all they need. Any out is a win for them. So look to see them get aggressive, make some more risky moves because they get to here. There we go. USA 6-0. New Zealand's been on the cusp of a win constantly.
They have.
Right, the score isn't reflective of what's actually happening.
They're playing well. They really are. They've got coordination. You can tell that they've played together for a long time.
They look like a solid team.
Yeah.
100%. And they are a solid team, just to be clear. USA is just doing some real good work here.
Worlds was held in New Zealand in 2014, I believe, and that was one of the first years of WDBA World Championships. So they've been around. New Zealand has had a dodgeball presence for some time now.
Yeah, so they're one of the veteran teams. They've been playing for quite a while. All right, no shots off the line. I was watching a lot of the old film, and there was so many shots off that rush. A lot of 360 shots, and I haven't seen as many here this weekend. I look forward to seeing them because they're so much fun to watch.
And the pitchbacks. Yeah. So a pitchback is when, after the rush, they throw one ball back behind the first blue line, which is the clear line. A player cannot throw a ball until the ball has cleared that first blue line. So a strategy a lot of teams will have is they'll throw one ball quickly back to a player and get a shot right off the bat while the other team is not quite expecting it still.
Oh, yeah. You have those players rushing for that ball, and they have to change the momentum, get there as fast as possible, and get back. And in that moment, when that pitch back comes, they are super vulnerable to that shot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want your one-star player rushing for that ball.
Yep.
Okay, Cody moving to the middle. Pine and Vince taking the corners.
Underhand throw from Team New Zealand. It's nice to see.
I love that underhand throw.
I do too.
It's so
sneaky.
crazy.
It's very sneaky.
You know, when you have a very different throw like that, it catches everyone off guard because everyone's used to these, overhand throws and the way they move. when you have something like that that just sneaks up on you,
It does.
it's hard to make your move on it. It's hard to read.
And it usually floats just at above the level of the ground, and it's very sneaky. It's very sneaky. You don't see it coming.
Those definitely are like the worst to, like, oh yeah, that won't hit me.
In the foot, usually.
It did, yeah. And then you walk off the court slowly because you've just gotten hit by a ball that you thought would not hit you in a million years. Big counter on a Cody. He looks like he's going to catch every single ball.
Yeah, and he's right up at that line.
Oh,
no
yeah.
fear.
No fear at all. We were talking earlier about secondary dodgeball moves where, you got to make that throw, but you got to be ready for anything and how to get out of that situation. And his response is, I'm going to catch it. I'm going to stand my ground, and I'm going to catch this ball. And he's done a phenomenal job. I think he's got 2 or 3 catches this match. Elijah, one of the players called up from reserve. Oh, just slips through the crack and he gets out.
Elijah's got a big fan base here, too. I think everyone's really excited to have him on the team. Like I mentioned before, he's still in high school. He's 16, 17 years old, so everyone's giving him a lot of support and love from off the court.
Oh, absolutely. The first time I saw him was at Elite, and so I'm super excited to get to see him play again. Okay, 7-0. We're still in the first half. And once again, we're also in day 1 of the World. Did he catch that?
I think he did. Pine with the hand catch above his head. Very difficult catch to make, and he pulled it off.
That's the, what do they call it? The praying mantis catch, where you're down and just grab it out from above you.
Looks
a
like
praying mantis grabbing a fly.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like he caught Glenn Spacer back in. Just
You're double excited.
Yeah.
Does Glenn have a history of basketball?
Football, actually.
Okay. All right. Because he's one of the players that bounces the ball while he waits.
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing basketball
He
players
plays basketball, but he played college football. There's a lot of dodgeball players have a history of some other sport, usually growing up playing. I know Andrew Ketchum is a well-known baseball player. He played at a high level, and that explains his extremely hard throw. Yeah. A lot of female dodgeball players are softball players, which is usually why there's a lot of underhand throws.
Yeah.
A lot of soccer players.
Paige's underhand throw is absolutely.
Paige Peterson for the women's USA team has an underhand throw. She's a softball pitcher, collegiate softball pitcher. So you'll see like a lot of players play with tendencies that they've learned from previous sports, whether it's basketball or football or baseball or soccer. They tend to play dodgeball with the familiarity.
Oh yeah, everyone brings something a little different, and it's amazing just how much of it like transfers.
Mm-hmm.
What were your other sports growing up?
I played basketball and volleyball, which I'm 6 feet tall, so that's not a lot of surprise.
Volleyball is like a big one. Like, do you like dive for catches a lot?
Yeah, so it's like the opposite of what you're supposed to do in dodgeball. You're supposed to go for a catch. You're not supposed to catch a volleyball. You're just supposed to get a hand on it, try to get it up. Whereas dodgeball, if you can't catch it, you want to dodge it. You want to get away from it. So it's almost the opposite mental state.
That's definitely a problem I have, where I used to play baseball outfielder, and I always like try to get my hand on a ball that's like just outside as if, I had a glove.
Yeah.
The answer is no, I don't, and I get myself out way too much on that play.
Looks like Glenn Spacer's the last player in for Team USA, 1-on-3.
Let's see his moves. Let's see why they called him up from the reserve list. Glenn plays on a couple teams for Elite, right? He played on Tuda
and Task Force. This is New Zealand's chance to get a point on the board, though, too, so you can tell that they're really wanting this. See if they can get the team throw together.
That's the exact throw I was talking about earlier with Glenn. It is such a wicked curve to it. It's like it's a beautiful sliding throw. Ooh, okay, gets the blocker on it.
Oh, and a catch by New Zealand. Didn't see it happen even.
You can't. That was a magic trick. That was awesome.
He pulled that ball out of a hat, I'm pretty sure.
I don't even think Glenn can be mad. That's just one of those plays you're like, okay,
All right, that
you
was a
did
good
it.
catch,
You were in the right place at the right time, and you did it. I got to give it to you. New Zealand on the board.
Yes.
They've been keeping it close, and they finally have the points to show it.
Yeah, 1-7.
We're in the second half now, right?
We are. So probably not too much time left on the clock.
Yeah, these matches have been going pretty fast, but I think we're most of the way through this at this point.
Looks like New Zealand's feeling excited right now after that win there.
Oh, yeah, getting that confidence.
Rushing off the pitch there.
You know what, you can say that, you know, oh, yeah, they got that win because that lucky catch at the end, but they don't get down to that last player without doing the work to get there.
Yeah,
right?
it was 3 against 1. Still had to get to that position.
Yeah, right, and that's an incredible point to be at, especially against Team USA, who's 3-0 right now. Like, this is one of the teams everyone's looking to beat.
Yep.
It breaks that ice. Once you beat that team once, you're like, okay, we have it in us to do this. Now I just got to find that consistency. Big shot. I think Isidro was the one that made that on that corner. Couldn't catch that one between his legs. Not when it's at the shoulder. Nate putting a lot of pressure. USA team not giving them any space. Nothing for free, nothing for free. Nice play by Nate, putting so much pressure that he couldn't get the hands on that ball.
Oh.
And a counter.
Down to the last 2 New Zealand players.
Let's see if they can eke their way back. They're going to be able to hold blocker balls for each one of them. Nice shot by Nate. He knows his kill distance.
Last player on the court for New Zealand. And that's a game.
Nate took a smart shot there. It looks a little risky, you know, throwing when you only have 2 balls. You're going to open yourself up a lot, but he can trade 1-1 there, and they're fine. At that point, they're down, what, 5-1 or 4-1?
Yep.
That's a great situation to be in.
Yep.
Also, it's Nate who just makes that shot like it's nothing.
Yeah. In his sleep.
There's been too many times where I've turned to look at a player to see what the play is called, and by the time my head's looking to the left to look at the play, I've been hit by Nate.
Yep.
It is a common occurrence, and I need to learn to stop.
You don't see it coming. It's like a bolt of lightning.
All right, let's see what New Zealand can do here. I'm looking to see them get on the board again. I want to see them have the momentum going into day 2. Like, we took some games off the U.S. team.
Yeah. And they're so close. They have been there, just right there, so many times now.
And I think that's a catch right now on Cody. All right, there's that momentum. They're starting it off.
And a catch by USA. I think it's Cedru.
There we go. There's the catch we were talking about.
Yeah.
Finally, he shows us what we've been saying. You're typically going to see those middle players be the ones that throw. You're going to see the corners hold that ball and protect their team and keep that pressure up. That's what we just saw there with the 2 middles throwing. They're also ready in case the corner that's right across from them takes that shot, and they're ready just to counter them back. What do you think New Zealand needs to do to get back into this game right now?
I think they've got to get some catches. I think that's going to be a big benefit. And they have some good catchers on their team. They've made a couple catches there. So that would...
And there goes Nate making the catch that New Zealand wanted.
He heard my advice. He was listening.
It wasn't for you, Nate. Nice attempt by Kreider there. That first shot. Oh, I think they're saying that Nate's shot hit him. Lasting for New Zealand. You know, even if you don't win, if you get to... Okay, let's see what the refs are talking about. Even if you get those 6 players to waste a lot of energy trying to get you out, you've done your job. That next game, is going to be that much easier because you've drained the energy of 6 players.
Yep.
Nate with that post pump fake. I think that's 9-1, and there's the cowbell. Okay. New Zealand's a solid team.
They are. I'm curious how they're going to rank here after the round robin. There's just a lot of firepower on USA. There's just a lot of big guns.
But you know what? It is a lot of guns, like big guns like you're saying, but I think day 2, a lot of people are going to watch that tape and be like, okay, here's what we do.
Yep.
And what did I miss? I'm sorry. I turned my head for a second and amazing things happen and cowbells go off.
I think Eli did something. That's why the crowd got a little bit more excited. He's becoming a quick fan favorite.
He's my favorite. You can have Glenn. I got Elijah. And Elijah hits the ground. Okay. Derek getting out of the way. Derek is amazing at dodging and at catching. So it is so hard to hit him.
He's a very well-rounded player.
Oh, yeah. I think a great saying is you're not trying to hit someone, you're trying to get them out.
Yeah.
And so you're painting these corners, and Derek's so good at keeping those corners tight, bringing them in, and just getting out of the way of them. Okay, Andrew's just coming up a little bit off target on some of these. Pine takes the shot, resets the throw count for New Zealand. U.S. might have more players, but New Zealand's got the ball control right now. And
they're pushing the line, and that's what they need to do here. As they have ball possession, they got to put the USA on their heels a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Stop having to take the throws from 3/4 of the way up instead of the full line. Get that full distance. That's exactly what the corners want. They want to push you back from that throw line, make that throw distance even bigger for your mids. Pine getting the blocker on it. Cody Stidham, another reserve player called up, taking the shot there. Andrew Catchum taking like a 50-foot shot. Let's see what New Zealand can do here. Just off target, but they're getting close. Both teams are just a little bit off, but that's exactly what they want. They're, once again, not trying to hit them. They're just trying to get them out, trying to nick them. That's just as good as like a big direct hit.
Shane Coffey for Team New Zealand holding down the right corner. He's holding that ball. He's just trying to make sure Pyan's not going too wild on the opposite side.
That's definitely a big job, keeping Pyan just focused on you, not taking throws, because his arm is deadly. Okay, resetting the count there again. Glenn threw it a bit early. Pyan with the shot. Exactly what we were talking about.
It's like we were talking about. Down to 2 for New Zealand. Brendan Beattie and Nick Farger.
And another out. Andrew Ketchum hits the spot on the counter.
Just the New Zealand captain left on the court.
And that underhand, and he gets Pyan.
Sneaky, it's sneaky. You can't, it's really hard to read.
That underhand is so deadly. Cody doing a lot of work, getting him to the ground, making him use energy, tiring him out. This is just as much a mental game, though, as a physical game. And forces the dodge.
And team throw there, closing it out.
All right, 9-1 United States.
Yeah, I think the U.S. is trying to be a point leader here to close out today.
It certainly seems like it. They want to go 4-0, close it out. But you know what? When you're winning every game, like those losses are what you learn from. And so not having that big loss, you know, really making you refocus. Like you might go into day 2 with a lot of confidence, but as teams start losing matches to you, they're going to start learning a lot more and a lot more. So I'm not saying I want the USA to lose. More so, you know, I want them
to be prepared. They got a big day of games ahead of them tomorrow.
Yeah. You know, they've got major arms, but there still looks to be like a lot of, I don't know, it's like 2 or 3 machines on the court instead of one
cohesive machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the teams that play similar to them with the bigger arms, they're going to be facing off tomorrow. Canada and Australia have a similar kind of firepower on their teams. So I think that'll be a good test of just how smooth they are, cohesive they are.
Yeah, I hope they go into tomorrow and really like look at their game and say, okay, what didn't we do? What wasn't optimized? I know Lukas is going to watch all the film. I just know Lukas. Big toe shot from the corner. Isidro once again showing that he is okay. I think we're at
no blocking.
No block. This is the second half. Game 12 of this match. So once time runs out, we do not stop the game. Instead, goes to no block. You cannot block a ball. You can throw a ball in the air and make the balls collide, and that's fine, but you cannot hold the ball and block it, otherwise you're out. We got to finish these matches up.
Finish out the time.
Is that a catch? Yeah, Pyan threw a 60-foot catch. Okay, New Zealand's looking to get that second point on the board.
They want to get that point. Down to 2 players for the U.S. No blocking. U.S. has got to either dodge or catch if they don't got a ball.
We got Glenn and you have Isidro. Both can catch, both can throw, and U.S. is still in a good position, as we see right there. Isidro taking a big shot and getting that out.
And a catch by Glenn.
Perfect timing. Thank you, Glenn, for verifying what we're saying here. And brings in Elijah. This is Team Reserve and Isidro. 3-on-3, all evened up. Ooh.
Nice ricochet catch by Hashimoto. Saving Glenn Spacer, taking out another player.
Okay. That's the cursed catching ball. Like once you throw it, that ball gets caught, that ball gets thrown again, that ball's probably gonna get caught.
Yep.
It's a cursed ball.
And another catch by USA.
And he tries to get another.
Oh, he reached for that. He knew it too.
But he brought in Derek, who's probably gonna get a catch.
Yep.
This is a completely different team than we saw 30 seconds ago. And it's still 3-on-3. They have gone through the entire roster pretty much. This is nuts. All right, left in for New Zealand, Brendan Beattie. We've got number 4 is, who's number 4?
Caleb Norris.
And number 14, Liam Hardy-Sander, left in for New Zealand, but Liam leaves the court. Did not see what happened because I was looking for his name. So I am sorry. Okay, 1 left for New Zealand, 3 left for the U.S. And he blocked it. Okay.
Good play by both teams. Good play.
Yeah, absolutely. New Zealand still looks solid. The score really doesn't dictate how solid New Zealand plays. They're going to learn a lot from this match.
Yes, definitely.
Like 100%.
And there's so many other teams here that I think they will do great against.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see like their other matches. I think this is the first time I've seen New Zealand today, so I'm excited to see more of them.
Yeah, definitely, and that's why I was saying I'm curious how they're going to rank come Friday. I think they'll be better than that game reflected.
Right, and the U.S. still hasn't played like a ton of like the big names from last year, so we'll see how everyone compares coming into tomorrow.
Yep.
Once again, this is day 1 of a 4-day event.
Yep.
So we have more for you tomorrow. This is the World Dodgeball Championships 2018.
Yeah.